Aloha, shamans and friends around the world and in our local region. Thank you so much for joining us here on this beautiful Sunday in beautiful Greensboro, North Carolina. I'm Dale Stacy, your host today for this wonderful broadcast of EarthStar Sundays at 11:11. And welcome to our virtual studio and our virtual spaceship Earth, or spaceship EarthStar. As you see the galaxy behind us as we're traveling to galaxies unknown. So thank you for being here with us on this beautiful journey as we truly go through this cosmos of Aloha consciousness. So we have another wonderful podcast for you today. So let's get right to that. And this is with Sundays at 11:11. So Cosmic Shaman and Aloha Consciousness. That's what we're all about. Okay, good. And this is June 14th, 2026. If you can believe that, here we are in the Ides of June already. So this will be a continuation of our energy moving and shifting series. Remember, we've already done about 2 or 3 shows on that. So go back and review that on the YouTube channel. And so today our focus will be about toning vowels and then doing the appropriate or applicable breath work with that. Okay, so vowels, very important because we speak these vowels every day. So we want to make sure we understand the power within the vowels. Okay. So we are EarthStar Spiritual Center. We are, you see on the right-hand side, you see some of our interfaith and multi-faith perspectives in which we've studied. We've been doing this since 2002. In the center, you see our logo, and we are a multi-faith church. We're living Aloha, or an interfaith church. And to the left, you see our core principles spelled out in Aloha, and that's all loving God, love, oneness, heart, and as above, so below. So Aloha. So in the top, you see, be the Aloha in every moment. That's certainly what we strive and to do. And at the bottom, you see that we're about planetary awareness to galactic consciousness. Because we always want to remember that not only are you a citizen of your town, your community, your state, your region, your country, the planet, but also we're a citizen of the solar system and the galaxy and the universe and the multiverse. And this beautiful wholeness that we call this diamond wholeness of our soul, you are a citizen of that. So make sure you realize how powerful and how multidimensional you truly are. And Sundays at 11:11, these are some of the topics certainly we can cover. Also, if you have some suggestions for topics, please do that. And also, if you want some shamanic life coaching during the week, you can call, set up an appointment, either in person or phone or on a video chat. And we can cover some of these topics for your personal use and your personal ministries. I've got the contact info in the show notes. And these are some of the books we've written. So 7 books so far. I'm toying with the idea of writing 2 more, but we'll see how that goes. But these are all available on Amazon and range everything from earth shamanism to cosmic shamanism. Okay? And also you can find these on Amazon and in the show notes. Okay? Thank you for that. Thank you for supporting that ministry. Okay? Thank you. And this is part of our music ministry. So EarthStar Music Ministry. It began on March 28th of this year. And so we're up to 13 songs so far. So we did Spin the Wheels, Roll the Dice. That was a fun and whimsical song we did release last Monday. For those of you who love the casino life and going to casinos and having some fun. And so tomorrow again, it's Monday. So we'll release another song. This will be part of our New Age collection for tomorrow. So tune in or make sure you join our EarthStar Spiritual Center channel so that you'll be notified when that comes out. So thank you for supporting the ministry. And of course, all the music you listen free on YouTube on our channel. And if you'd like to listen on your streaming platforms, you can do that also. I think that costs 99 cents. I think that's what I've set it them for. Okay? And also, this is one of our larger projects that we are working on currently with the white light of the Christ and the rose light or the magenta light of Mary Magdalene. And when those are combined, then, of course, it's this beautiful rose light for healing of mind, body, and spirit. So the goal is, which received from Christ and Mary Magdalene, was to create this song, Light of Magdalene, create the video, and to create this beautiful project for this one song to be heard by 1 billion hearts on this planet. You know, and if we have anywhere from 6 to 8 billion people, I think that's easy to do. So please share. So Light of Magdalene, 1 billion hearts on this planet for healing of mind, body, and spirit. And also Mary also wanted to extend out to the galaxy. And that goal is 1 trillion hearts and our galactic federation for 1 trillion hearts to be healed, mind, body, and spirit. So thank you for promoting and passing this energy along. Okay? And Connecting Consciousness, one of the agencies or organizations we belong to help with the incoming humanitarian projects, which will be activated very soon as the funds are made available. And Connecting Consciousness is one of the organizations that directs these funds. So we're part of that. We do have a project in with them for a humanitarian and medbed center for this region. So go online, or you can go to the show notes and you'll see his contact info. It's free to join the organization. We have over 100,000 members and in over 100 countries. So again, when the time comes, how or will you serve? And are you going to use your earth superpowers to be about this aloha consciousness? So check out Connecting Consciousness. And he has videos every now and then. Okay? And remember our SHAC principles, that shamans of aloha and friends of aloha consciousness. We want to make sure we continue our smiles, our hugs, our acts of kindness, compliments, and kisses. Try to do this at least once a day. Make sure you allow yourself to receive this once a day, and make sure you're also kind to yourself as you go through the principles. So SHAC principles. That way it helps us to be a shamanic and a friendly shaman of consciousness, aloha consciousness throughout every day and throughout the week. All right, so our topic today then is toning the vowels, the A, E, I, O, U, okay, and also A, and then also doing associated breath work with that. Okay, and we'll have a nice little graphic with the sunshine for you as we do our toning a little bit later. Okay, all right, well, let's go through that. So energy moving and shifting series, and today is toning vowels and breath work. So our objectives for this podcast then is to discuss the breath work with vowel toning. And then objective number 2 is to practice that toning using our vowels. Okay, so as we look at our breath work then and discussing what breath work is, just think it's very measured breathing, very conscious type of breathing that we're doing. And we're not doing it just to say the vowels. We're doing it as we say the vowels. We want to assimilate and appreciate the healing energy, the tones, the vibrations that the vowels give our body. So as we tone the vowels, we want to be able to feel the energy shift, especially when we do them in a series, the A, E, I, O, U. So notice where you feel this energy within your body to let you know that you simply can shift and move the energy throughout your body just simply with the language that we've been taught to speak. So A, E, I, O, U. Okay? Now, belly breathing. As we discuss breath work, we want to be able to breathe from the belly. So I want you to notice that as you're just sitting now listening to the podcast, notice how you breathe. Are you just breathing with the upper part of your chest? So I know you're probably very relaxed as you watch the podcast. Just notice that when you take a breath, only the upper part of your chest moves. Okay, so we want to switch that focus. And so if I could give you an image or an analogy for this, I want to imagine you have 2 pitchers, and one pitcher is full of water, the other pitcher is empty. So if you take the pitcher full of water and pour it into the empty pitcher, notice that pitcher is filled from the bottom up, right? I mean, when you're pouring the water in, it doesn't hover around the top of the other pitcher. It goes to the very bottom. So we want to do that type of practice with our breath work. So if you will, just place your hands on your belly, right at your navel. And as you inhale, I want you to notice that your belly expands first. Okay, so let's try that. So hands on the belly. Now inhale. Push the belly out. And you bring that breath down to the bottom of the lungs. And then about halfway through, you'll notice that then your chest and shoulders rise as the rest of your lungs fill up. Okay? And then just exhale, press the belly. Okay, good. Again. All right, so hands on the belly. Now inhale. Push the belly out. And now the chest will rise as the lungs are filled. And then exhale, push the belly in. Yes. Okay, now one more time. Now, as far as the sound I'm making, That's just simply placing the tongue on the back of the throat. So that way it kind of measures and kind of controls my breath a little more. And it's really the same thing you would do if you do a sigh, you know, how you would go hands on your hips and do a sigh. So it's the same thing you do with the tongue. You just push it to the back of the throat, but that's not necessary. That's just how I control my breath. Okay. All right, let's try it again. Hands on the belly. Now inhale, push the belly out. And then the chest and shoulders rise. Then exhale, push the belly in. Yes, wonderful. Okay, so that's belly breathing then. Some people call this Buddhist breathing, tummy breathing. So whatever, it's just you're allowing the breath to push down to the bottom of the lungs and to fill up fully as you do your breathing work. Okay. All right, now let's look at the common vowels and the variations of all the languages. So really, all the vowels that we're going to use today, they're in the long form, right? The A, E, I, O, U. Okay, and remember, I'm saying "oo" instead of the "u" with a Y, because I want you to notice that when you say "oo" and "you," say "you" first. Notice what your lips, tongue, and teeth are doing. You. Okay, now do "oo," ooh, ooh. Okay, now go back and forth. You and with a Y and without the Y. You, ooh. You do you feel that when you do the Y with you, notice how your tongue has to press against the teeth? Okay, so we want to remove that movement your body has to do and just say ooh. Okay, so ooh, so ooh, ooh, good. Now, the first, if you see the bold print above there, you say ah, just like the doctor putting the tongue depressor in your mouth, right? So ah will be the only short vowel we will do. And the reason why we include ah is because this is the God tone. You may have heard of that, because you don't have to do anything with your mouth, tongue, other than just open your mouth. So I want you to try that. So notice that when you say ah, you don't have to do anything but just open your mouth and just pronounce it. Ready? Take a deep breath, belly breath. Ah. Yeah, again. Okay, deep belly breath. Ah. Good. Now, notice that when we say A, notice how you have to do something different with your mouth, your lips, and your cheek. Okay, ready? A. Now go back to ah. Back to A. A. Notice how A, you have to pull your lips back just a little, the corners of the mouth. So you have to do that for each one of the other vowels, but ah, you don't. You simply open up and just say ah, and that's why it's called the God tone, and sometimes it's called the heart tone, because it certainly goes right to the center of the chest. Okay? So what we want to do then, and we're gonna find out that really these vowels, they're common in every language on the earth. Of course, you have some variations with that. You have some of the vowels are in combination, like a and a e, a I, a o, a u, right? So they're mixed and combined, but they're still the same pronunciations as far as the a, e, I, o, u. Okay, yeah. And then with the ah. So this is common for our earth languages. Okay? And now, how can we use the vowel toning? Well, we can use this for healing. We can use it for meditation. We can use it for a visualization. You can use it just to help you to stay calm. And we know that when we are calm, we are being healed, because calm is healing and healing is calm, according to our Cherokee teachings with Dr. J.T. Garrett. Right, full circle. So calm is healing and healing is calm. So toning with the vowels helps to promote this. Okay? So use this for healing. So when we do our countdown and do our doing this with a stopwatch or counting off seconds to do the to tone, we're not just doing it just to reach that time, right? We want to know how this shifts and moves energy throughout the body, okay? Through this series of working with sound and energy and movement and shifting. Okay. Now, what we want to do then, we want to combine our breath work, and this is called the measured breathing. And that's when we're going to, for instance, what we'll do is we'll go through each vowel, all 6, and we're going to exhale for 5 seconds. Okay, just 5 seconds at the start. And our goal will be by the end of the podcast to see if we can say all 6 vowels in a 30-second exhale. Okay, and we'll try to do this with a timer if we can, if I can get that to work. Okay, all right, good. So that's our first objective then, discussing breath work, the vowel toning, the tones of A, E, I, O, U. Okay, and then also practice your belly breathing. Use your hands on your belly for a while just to get used to that notion, and notice how that's such a deep breath when you do that. Okay. And also, this is the live chat. So if you have any questions or want to make any comments, please let us know and make some comments. And also make sure you like and subscribe and share this channel. Help the energy, the aloha consciousness to go out. Okay. All right. So our objective number 2 then is to practice toning with the vowels. And here I have them spelled out phonetically. So we say ah, just like in mama, right? Ah. A, now we have the long version of the vowel. So A, just like in the word say. Okay. E, just like in the word see. I, just like in the word eye, the eyeball. O, just like in the word oak, oak tree. And U, like in boot. So remember, when we do the U, we want to try to refrain from adding the Y sound to it like U. So like boot, right? Boot, ooh. Ooh, okay, so boot, okay, ooh. So A, E, I, O, U. All right, let's just say that just very quickly together. All right, so take a deep belly breath, and I, O. Okay, good. All right, again, take a deep belly breath. Inhale. I, O. All right, again, wonderful. Okay, deep belly breath. Inhale. I, wonderful. Notice we're getting a little longer with our breath sequence each time. Now, this time when we do this, I want you to notice we'll do it for a little bit longer, maybe like a 3-second tone. So notice where you feel this in your body. That way you know exactly which tone to use should you want to use this for any personal healing. Okay? And of course, also, as with all healing, we can't limit the healing just to our body. Let's say you want to do some hands-on healing with your Reiki or Huna or other energy healing modalities, then you certainly can do the toning and allow that tone to vibrate not only through the air, but to vibrate through your palms as you place your hands on while you're doing your healing modalities. Okay? But for right now, just work on yourself. So again, notice where you feel it in your body. All right, take a deep belly breath. Wonderful. That just feels wonderful when you do the tone going through this. And also for those of you who've been in other classes, not only with us, but other teachers, you know that these are also the 6 tones that you use with your meridian cleansing, because these tones will correspond to the 6 meridians on each side of the body, the chi meridians, the life force meridians that you hear about in acupuncture. And with some various hand mudras, you can move this energy also to clean out your chakras, or your meridians rather. And perhaps we'll do a podcast on that sometime soon. Okay. All right, now let's go to our next slide. Now that we know what the vowels are. So here we are with a nice sunrise picture to put you in a nice mood of peace and the wonder of it all and our beautiful life here on planet Earth. So let me give you a larger picture here. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to tone a single vowel. And let's just try this maybe just for like 5 seconds, okay, as we do this. And and just to let you know how long that will go. All right, so let's try it. So I'll tone, and when I stop at the end of 5 seconds, you'll know that that's how long it'll have to be, and we'll do that for each one of the vowels. So the first one, then, let's start with ah. Okay, and remember, okay, go ahead and take a deep breath, do your belly breath, and here we go. Ah, good. That's it. That was 5 seconds. Very quick. All right, so let's try that again. Ready? Deep belly breath. Inhale. Ah, yes, goes very quick. Okay, wonderful. Okay, now this time, just focus on where you feel it in the body. And again, like I said earlier, this is the God breath or the heart breath. So you'll probably feel this right in the middle of the chest. Okay? All right, here we go. Deep belly breath. Inhale and tone. Ah, very good. Okay. All right, now let's try the A. So here we are with the long version of each of the vowels, the A, E, I, O, U. Okay, so just like in the word say, so this will be A. Okay, and again, we'll just do it 5 seconds, but notice where you feel this in the body. Okay? All right, deep belly breath, inhale, and tone. A. Very good. Okay, all right, again. Okay, deep inhale, belly breath, inhale, tone. A. Very good. Okay. All right, and once again, now make sure you notice where you feel this in or on your body. All right, inhale, belly breath, and tone. A. Very good. So 5 seconds is pretty quick. Okay. Good. All right, next one then, E, like in the word see. Again, for 5 seconds with the belly breath, and notice where you feel this on your body. Okay. Deep inhale, belly breath, and tone E. E. Wonderful. Again, notice where you feel this on your body. Okay. Belly breath, inhale, tone. E. Very good. Okay, one more time for E. Okay. Now, inhale, belly breath, tone. E. Very good. Okay. All right, now I. Okay, just sounds just like the word eye or eyeball. Okay, so a long I. Sometimes the sound almost is like ah. Okay, so this is I. All right, again, notice where you feel it in the body. Okay, deep belly breath, inhale, tone. I. Very good. Okay, again, notice where you feel it in the body. Okay, belly breath, inhale, tone. I. Very good. Okay, again, feeling it in the body. Okay, deep belly breath, inhale, tone. I. Very good. Okay, so that's I. Okay, next will be oak. So the O sound, okay, just like oak tree. So again, notice where you feel this in the body. Again, just for 5 seconds. All right, belly breath, deep inhale, and tone. Oh, yes. You can see that if you use this for the Om tone, it works out wonderfully. Okay? All right, again, the O. Okay. Inhale, belly breath, tone. Oh, very good. Okay. Again, notice where you feel it on the body. Okay. Belly breath, inhale, tone. Oh, very good. Okay, so that's the O. And then oo. Okay, so remember oo as in boot. Boot, scoot. Okay, so boot. So ooh sound. Okay, purse those lips. Okay, all right, belly breath. Deep inhale. Tone. Ooh. Very good. You may notice you can't do this one as loud as the other ones just because of the way the lips are pursed. Okay. All right. Again, the vowel ooh. Okay. Deep breath, belly breath. Inhale. Tone. Ooh. Very good. Notice where you feel it in the body. Okay. Again, vowel ooh. Okay. Belly breath, deep inhale. Tone. Ooh. Very good. Okay, now let's bring all that together. We'll just say a little bit of a faster tone on this one. Wait, let me give you a big picture again. Okay. So here we'll just go through the A, E, I, O, U, just to kind of bring it together, put a cap on that for the energy to stay intact. But we'll do this kind of quickly, just maybe like a second each. Okay. All right. Take a deep breath, belly breath, inhale, then tone all six. I-O. Very good. Okay. Now again, deep breath, inhale. All right. Belly breath, inhale. Tone. I-O. Very good. Okay. Now one more time to kind of cap it off, to keep it contained. Okay. Inhale, deep belly breath, and tone. I-O. Very good. All right, now let's try this a little bit longer. So what we're going to do is I'll time it and I'll change every time, but I'm just going to do a 3 seconds. Okay? So let's do a 3-second breath, just so you know how long this will take. So that means it's going to end up being an 18-second exhale. Just to let you know. So we're a little more than half the way we want to be for the 30-second exhale. And of course, if you run out of breath, then obviously you want to breathe. But this will just help teach you how to regulate and measure your breathing pattern, especially when you want to do this for very conscious healing type mode like we're doing here. Okay. All right, so let's go back to the main sheet then. So I'm going to time it. And so every time I change, you know, it's been 3 seconds. So we're going to go all the way through it, ah through oo. Okay. So remember, that's the A through the U. When you look at that, that's the alpha to omega. Okay. So the vowels cover the entire spectrum of our existence. So that's why they're so powerful when we use the vowel sounds and we focus on this for healing and meditation and visualization. Okay. So alpha to the omega is what we're doing here. Big universal work. All right, so let's say all 6 vowels, 3 seconds each. All right, here we go. And I've got a timer, so I'll time myself as we go through. So take a deep inhale, belly breath. Very good. Okay. All right, let's try that again. Just take a couple of deep breaths now, just to kind of prime those lungs, the diaphragm. Remember, the diaphragm is a muscle. So this is something that you want to work, and you can work this doing your deep breathing exercises, especially if you're not into the aerobic movements and exercise. You know, you're not running or sprinting, bicycling, or spin class, anything like that. Try to practice and your diaphragm muscle just with your deep breathing. Okay? All right, again, a 3-second breath. All right, so deep belly breath, inhale, and tone. Very good. I hope that was easy for you as you're getting used to doing this type of measured breathing. And just think, you just took an 18-second exhale. If you think, when's the last time you took an 18-second exhale? And it seemed to be so easy because as we do this with the vowels, they actually energize us and allow us to be able to do this. Okay. All right, good. All right, now, just to try it, let's do a 5-second exhale. Okay. So we're going to try it for 5 seconds. And obviously, if you run out of air, then take an inhale and just complete it. And that way you'll know how to regulate your breathing, your exhale as you do this, especially on those first, the A.L.O.H.A. Make sure that it's a very low tone that you do it as far as your volume. That way you'll have enough air to work your way through. Well, let's just try it and see how that works for you. So again, this will be 5 seconds. And every time I change, you know that 5 seconds is up. All right, here we go. Take a deep belly breath. Exhale. Wonderful. So that's it. Okay. Wait, let me get me back up on the screen here. So wonderful. So I hope you enjoyed that. So we'll try that again, of course. So just notice that 30 seconds, just think you just did a 30-second exhale. So when's the last time you did a 30-second exhale? So now you know what you want to do, and you want to work on your breathing or your breath work. This is what you'll be able to do. So just imagine when you're doing this type of breath work, you're actually only taking 2 breaths in 1 minute. I mean, we normally take 12 breaths a minute on the average, 12 to 18 breaths. So just think, when you're doing this type of breath work, you'll only be taking 2 inhales in 1 minute. So that's wonderful breath work. Okay. All right. All right. Now I'm going to try this with I tried this earlier, but I don't know if the camera will pick this up, this old green screen thing. So let me put it right in front of my face, and we'll do the timing this time. Okay. And see if you can see the clock. I'm not sure that this is going to work. I don't know. It seemed like it worked earlier. Okay. Nope, that's not going to work. Low budget operation. I'm sorry. Okay, good. But anyway, all right, let me, I'll call it out for you again then. Okay. All right, so let's do with the A-E-I-O-U. Okay, so remember, 30 seconds. So 5 seconds each. Okay. And of course, if you run out of breath, just take an inhale and just finish it out. All right, so here it goes. Okay, deep inhale, belly breath. Tone. Wonderful job. Okay. So now that you know we've done the belly breathing and the toning, this will help you to work on your breath work, and that way you can just keep practicing. Remember, the diaphragm is a muscle, so we want to build that muscle up. And also the belly breathing is so important, because that way you're filling up the entire lung from the bottom to the top. So remember, allow the belly to expand as you inhale, push the belly out. And that way, then at the end of that inhale, your chest and shoulders will then rise. And that way you'll know you have a full set of lungs. And be aware of those first 3 vowels. You've got so much air in you that you may want to push that out a little bit faster than you normally would. So make sure you try to control that with your toning as you go through that. Okay? Now, let's just tone and go all the way through it. We'll just go back to a regular 3-second tone just to put a nice cap on that. And as we go through now with the whole sequence, again, remember that the purpose of the toning is not so that you can do it for 30 seconds. It's to shift and move energy in your body. either for healing or for meditation or visualization. So as we go through it this time with the pressure off as far as the timing, notice where you feel it in your body. And that way, if you go through the whole sequence of all 6 vowels, if you notice a body part that may be not feeling good on this particular day, and you notice that that vowel sound, the tone, was vibrating that part of the body, then suspend all the other vowels, or maybe it was just a couple of vowels that worked there. So combine those and just say that, tone those vowels and do your own personal healing. And like I said earlier, you also can do this for other people too in the same fashion. Okay. So notice then where you feel it on your body with simply just a 3-second tone. All right. So get nice and relaxed, shoulders relaxed. Okay. Do a deep inhale, belly breathing, and tone. Good. Okay, now let's do these individually. Let's start with the ah. Ready? Deep breath, inhale, tone. Yes. Oh, I didn't tell you. So when we're doing this for personal toning then, and you do 1 syllable, you want to do this as long as you can exhale. Okay. And that's how you then just take a deep breath. And you don't have to go right into it for the next inhale, exhale. I mean, take a couple of deep breaths and kind of build your body back up and then do it again for the toning. So you would just tone as long as you can, all right, for healing. All right, now let's try the A. And again, tone as long as you can. Notice where you feel it in your body. Okay. All right, belly breath. Deep inhale, tone. Very good. Okay. All right. Just take some deep breaths. Get your lungs back. All right. Now the vowel E. Okay. All right. Deep belly breath. Inhale. Tone. Wonderful. Okay. Couple of deep breaths. Okay, now I. Okay, same thing. Deep breath. Notice where you feel in the body. Okay. All right. Belly breath. Deep inhale. Tone. Very good. Okay. Now take a few breaths. And then we'll work on O. Okay. All right, again, notice where you feel this in your body because this is wonderful healing. Certainly can do this anywhere and anytime. You can do this in the office, do it while you're sitting at a stoplight. Okay. All right, now O, the vowel O. All right. Okay, belly breathing. Okay, take a deep inhale. Tone. Very good. Okay. So that's O. Now, a couple of deep breaths. Just kind of get your lungs back. Okay. And then the last one, boot or ooh. Okay. Ooh sound. Okay. All right. Now, deep inhale, belly breath. Tone. Very good. That ooh breath. Now, I always notice when I do the ooh breath, I really feel that in the abdomen part. So from the abdomen down. So if you're working abdominal issues, definitely I would suggest you try the ooh sound. And again, you just hold the breath as long as you can, and then you do the meditation for as long as you like. But you'll find that that's very soothing for the abdomen and below. Of course, I always feel that deep in the chest area, right at the heart. The A's, a lot of times I'll feel that up in the head area, A and E. I'll feel that. I feel that a lot around the throat area and the top part of the heart. The O, yeah, I kind of feel that around the solar plexus, belly area. So that's why I guess we like saying that Om tone. And now that we know how to use all these vowels, perhaps next week or the week after, I'll do a energy movement and shifting on the word Om, or actually it's Om, it's A-U-M, and we can do our toning that way. But go ahead and practice your vowels throughout the week. And remember, you may find that you're very strong in one particular vowel. Well, the reason is because that's your power sound. That's your power tone. That's your power vibration. So you may want to notice if you say that a lot. And, and I would think that if you look at your name, say your name and find out which one of those words and the letters in your name spell out that word with a long vowel. And that could be why that's a particular power spot for you. So for me, for instance, Dale, D-A-L-E. So Dale, either the A or the A sound, right? And also, since the E is silent, so I would focus on the A or the A. Okay? So notice in your name which vowel is the strongest, and then you use that in particular. I would say not only for a specific healing part, but also just for a general overall wellness kind of tone, a wellness tone. Just try to do this throughout the day, several times throughout the day when you come to that. And also work on training your body to be able to do this 30-second exhale with all of them, the A, E, I, O, U. So about 5 seconds. So get a stopwatch on your phone. Everybody's got a stopwatch. And that way you can kind of time that and know how you can work it. You're going to find that you're going to be able to do this very quickly. It's not like this going to take weeks to master. You'll be able to do this within a day. Probably won't take that long. To get that diaphragm, and especially knowing how to control your exhale. And if you want to use the tongue to the back of the throat, that would work too. Okay. All right. So wonderful job today. All right. So let's do our little review then. So we did our breath work with our vowel toning. So remember breath work, specifically doing the belly breathing. So you can place your hands on your belly and notice how your belly, so push your belly out each time you inhale, allowing that air to go all the way down to the bottom of the lung, that way stretching that diaphragm muscle. Okay. And then with our vowels, our tones, it's A, E, I, O, U. Remember, we try to say that U without the Y sound like you. We try to say U. Okay. So A, E, I, U. Now, one of the goals is to do a 30-second breath with all of them, exhale combined with the belly breathing. But that's not the end goal. That's just to get you to have that length of time with the vibration so that you can use it for your healing and meditation. And then also you can practice just doing each tone, holding it for an entire exhale, and then finding out which one of those tones is your power tone. And it could match up with the way your name is, the way people call you every day. Because remember, they're saying your name every day. So they're sending that vibration out to you for healing. Okay? And then also you can do each one of those vowels just as long as you can exhale. So you go through the entire cycle and try to do that at the end of any type of healing work that you do with the toning. Try to cap it off with the the A-E-I-O-U. It doesn't have to be a 30-second thing. Just kind of cap it off, and that way it'll contain the energy and hold it in, allowing that energy to be inside the body for a little bit longer, so it will continue to vibrate. Okay. So keep trying that, work on that breath work. And again, just another way to move and shift the energy in the body, and just to let you know that you can do this. You have the skills to do this, just simply by toning the vowels and by doing some simple breath work with the belly breathing. Okay, so try that, give it a shot. Send me a message sometime. Let me know how that works. Okay, good. All right, so let's get prepared for our meditation time and our visual time, our visualization time. So let me get to another slide. So as we think about our aloha bubble, our chakras, let me give you some flute music to move right into this. Well, I thought I was going to give you some flute music. Okay. Well, let me hit the right button. Okay. Your chakras. And just be relaxed where you are. Of course, you know you're relaxed after doing all the vowel toning. Focus on that red root chakra, the base of the spine. And again, all your chakras will be about the size of a soccer ball, volleyball, basketball, except for the heart chakra. It's going to be sometimes 2 or 3 times bigger. Depends how much love you got in you, right? That aloha. All right, so root chakra, beautiful red color, just energizes part of the body. And now move your focus up to the navel, orange chakra, beautiful orange ball. Then up to the upper abdomen, yellow solar plexus. Just feel this energy just spinning. Okay? And now up to the heart chakra, beautiful green color, maybe mixed with some pink. Now up to the throat chakra, beautiful sky blue color. And now up to the third eye, the brow, or the pineal gland, pineal chakra, or third eye, or psychic center. So right on the forehead. So beautiful medium blue, royal blue, navy blue, indigo blue. Okay. And then move your focus to the top of the head where our little baby soft spot used to be. Beautiful violet purple. And this has little flowing bands of white within it, connecting us to the greater consciousness. It's a beautiful rainbow right here within the body. And now you see on the chart, let me blow this up for you. You see the little line that goes from the crown chakra, the purple at top of the head, down to the red root chakra. Imagine that's your light tube. Not imagine, it is your light tube. And it's as large as your thumb and middle fingers touching in a circle. So about the size of a fluorescent tube. Imagine this tube connecting all of your chakras. And now imagine all the colors flowing into this tube and filling up that tube with this beautiful mixture of rainbow colors. And now these beautiful rainbow colors begin to exude outside of your body, creating this beautiful aloha bubble as you see in the image. And as your aloha bubble is created, you notice in the picture, the light tube goes up to the top of the aloha bubble and goes down to the bottom. So that length to the top is about 1 hand length above the head, 1 hand length below the body. And then to the sides, if you stretched out your arms, would be the tip of the fingertips, your aloha bubble. Now train your body to activate and energize this aloha bubble by simply saying aloha bubble or thinking aloha bubble. Okay, train your energy field to do this. When you say that, that means all your chakras are energized automatically. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. The tube is activated and extended, and your beautiful bubble surrounds you in this myriad of rainbow colors. So train your body to do this automatically, and it will. All you have to do is just say it or think it. You decide how you want to activate it, but either say it aloud or simply think it. And that way you can do this throughout the day so that wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you can energize your aloha bubble, and that way it'll give you some healing and calm, especially during work. If you find yourself being stressed out, just simply do the aloha bubble. Spend a couple of seconds, maybe 10, 15 seconds doing some belly breathing, and notice how it calms you. Because remember, we want to be calm, be healed, be loved, and be well. Okay? All right, wonderful. Now that we're calm and peaceful, empty yourself of everything. Let the mind rest at peace. Returning to the source is stillness, which is the way of nature. A.L.O.H.A, Jeanne, Book 16. Thank you, Lao-Tzu. Now move right into your prayer, energy, healing time. Use this moment that we have here together in the now for your personal healing. You can do your toning. As you're toning, you can think about other folks. You want to use this as a prayer to send out that loving energy to them, or simply just use it for a meditation, to be peaceful, to be present, fully conscious here in the now. So do this now. Aloha bubble intact. And just be. Okay, now find yourself just staying very relaxed. And let's cap off this beautiful time you've had with your toning, your healing, your prayer, meditation. Just do a very gentle inhale with the belly and very gentle going through the vowels. Okay? Inhale. And take a nice deep breath. And then exhale. Okay, outstanding. Wonderful. All right, so let's do a blessing time then. Use our little Merkaba light and bring this light over to the light. Good. And so we want to send out many blessings to you for a wonderful week ahead for today and also the rest of the week. So remember that allow this aloha consciousness to flow through you anyway, anyhow. Okay? And we ask our wonderful Mother, Father God, and we thank our wonderful Mother, Father God, for all these beautiful experiences here on Mother Earth as we co-create this beautiful reality that's been created just for us to learn, to teach, and to be, and to share aloha. So we thank you for this time together. We thank you for the spirit that flows through all things, this aloha. And may it flow through our mind, body, and spirit, thought, word, and deed. Okay? And then allowing us to help this energy to flow into everyone, everything, everywhere, every time and place, every space, and all of our endeavors here at home, work, and play. Okay? And allow it to also be in every place, at any time, wherever we are. Allow us to be a vessel of healing, oneness, wholeness, and aloha. And we ask these many blessings in the name of our Father and Mother and the love and the aloha that flows through all things. Okay. Amen and mama. Thank you. I went out with a beautiful Merkaba ray, a beautiful part ray of the Merkaba. Okay. And hope you have a pleasant week, a wonderful week, exciting week. I hope you have a great time working on your energy moving and shifting, especially now with your belly breathing and using the vowels. And let me know how it works out, where you find out what your favorite vowel is and whether it matches up with your name, the vowel in your name that most people call you. And also let me know about how it works with your healing time, because we want to make sure we're able to do some self-healing with all the energy that's in and around us. Okay? And Jeanne and I both love you. Remember to be the aloha in every moment, because you are the aloha in every moment. So be that. Remember, you are an interdimensional being. So just like we wouldn't build a plane and have it just sit at the airport, we wouldn't build a ship and have it sit in the port, right? It goes out into the open water. The plane flies in the air. So you are an interdimensional being. So find your own spaceship like we have here with EarthStar Starship and make your way through the galaxy, through the many dimensions of life, sharing that beautiful aloha that's you. Because we all have a purpose. So find your purpose, know your purpose, which is love. So notice and find out what your earth superpowers are so you can explore that beautiful notion of love to everyone and anyone, wherever you are. Okay? All right, so take a nice deep breath. Let's do our little pow slide and we'll close this out. Thank you for being here on this podcast. Ready on 3. Pow means it's all over in Hawaiian, P-A-U. Ready? Clap our hands and shout. 1, 2, 3, pow. Thank you so very much. Thank you for being here with us. Jeanne and I love you. So thank you. Have a wonderful week and much aloha. Okay, good. And let me get us out of here.